today I'm going to show you how to create a box plot and a dot plot in a simple way. A box plot is a way of displaying a distribution of data based on a 5-number summary. Minimum, Q1, or lower half, the median, your Q3, which is your upper quartile, or half, your upper half, and the maximum. So these are the 5 numbers that you're going to need to create a box plot. Here we have an example. Here we have 15 numbers, and these 15 numbers represent the ages of 15 random visitors to the rodeo carnival. So the first thing we want to do is put the numbers in order from least to greatest. $18.18. $25.26. Then we have 41, 33, and 41. Here we have the list of numbers in order from least to greatest. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna circle the median, number in the middle. Remember last time I showed you how to do it, eliminating the outside numbers. 12, 22, take the next one, and here it is. Here is the median. Now I'm gonna find my Q1 and Q3. Remember, Q1 is based on the lower quartile or the lower half. It is basically the median, the number in the middle, and for median. And then this is the lower quartile. Q1 will be 12. Now I'm going to find Q3. 25. Again, here is the lower quartile, the lower half. This one is the upper half. So, what was the age of the youngest person that had visited the rodeo? 2 is the youngest person, so 2 will be your minimum. And 41 was the age of the oldest person that visited the rodeo, which is your maximum. We have the minimum, we have Q1, we have the median, we have Q3, and we have the maximum. Now we're gonna start by drawing the number line. Now I'm gonna plot these numbers, these 5 numbers in my number line. I'm gonna start with the minimum. I'm gonna continue with the maximum, which is 41. Numbers. So I'm gonna plot the minimum, the maximum, Q1, which is 12, 18 for the median, 25 for Q3. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna start connecting them and creating the box. Sorry, a spider. Okay. So here we have a box plot. We just created a box plot using this 5-number summary. Let me know if you have any other questions regarding the box plot or how to create a box plot. Now we're going to talk about dot plot. A dot plot is just a visual display. It's just data represented by a dot above a number line. It is easier to read and it helps describe the spread of the data and how it is distributed. Here we have an example where I collected shoe sizes from 12 students. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a frequency table before I start plotting my dots. I'm going to write the values that I have in this data, which is 5, and I'm going to start with the smallest one, and I see is 5. And how many 5s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How frequent? I have 4 5s. Then I go to the next number. I have a 6. 1, 2, I have 2 6s. Then the next number will be a 7. Then I count how many 7s do I have. 1, 2, 3. Then the next number, I noticed that I skipped 7.5. I added at the end 7.5, and I only have 1. And the last number I have is 8.5, and I only have 1. Okay. I know I should have done it in order. I skipped this one. It should have gone right here. Now I'm gonna label my number line with the values that I have, which are the same. These values are from this list. So I'm going to start with 5 and go in order from least to greatest. So 5, 6, 7. Here will be 7.5. Here's 8, and then 8.5. We're going to create our dot plot. There were 4 students that were size 5. So I'm going to plot 4 dots above 5. And I'll do the same for my numbers. So for number 6, 2 students were size 6. 3 students were size 7. 1, 2, and 3 students were size 7. 1 student was size 8. Only 1 was size 8. 1 student size 7.5. And 1 student was size 8.5. It's just data represented by a dot above the number line. So it's just to make it easier. You can also go the other way and say, well, What was the greatest value of that data set? You can say, just looking at the dot plot, you can say 5. You can see that peak. You can see that's the greatest value. 4 students were size 5. So it's just an easier way to represent data and easier to describe it. So let me know if you have any more questions, but nothing. No. Hello again. Okay. For my GT students, please, as soon as you see the data, stop the video. Do everything, all the work by yourself, and then you can play the video again and see if you got the same answers. And questions, let me know, send me a message to Schoology, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Having the dot plot, we can determine the mode. Remember, the mode is the number that repeats the most. The number that repeats the most. It has 4 dots. The way to find the median, the number in the middle of the data set, using the dot plot, you have to eliminate the outside numbers. Remember I showed you last time? So you start eliminating one on each side. And now you end up having these 2 numbers, which is 6 and 7. Remember, when you have 2 numbers in the middle, then you're gonna have to add them and divide it by 2. So 6 plus 7 is 13, and 13 divided by 2 is 12. Remainder, add a 0, 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 6.5 will be the median. And we say that the mode is 5 because it's the number that repeats the most. You don't need to create the frequency table to be able to create the dot plot, okay? From here, when you have the data, you can just find the min and the max. The minimum is 5, the smallest number, and the largest number is 8.5, the number line with the data, and then start crossing out how many 5s you have and plot the dots without creating the frequency table. The frequency table helps be more organized so that you don't make a mistake, but if you feel like, oh, I don't need to do this extra step, I can see it and plot the dots based on the information given.